Kilpailussa mukana Ramirent. Kotikatsomon eväät tarjoaa Kotipizza.
What's up, everyone, and welcome to the Round 2 Back 9 FPO coverage of the Prodigy Disc Pro Tour here in Helsinki. We're on the difficult course of Tali. This coverage is brought to you by Natural Born Disc Golfer. We appreciate you guys sharing your coverage with us, and this commentary is brought to you by Parked Podcast. Again, my name is Mitch Phillips. Joining me is my co-host, Hayden Riccard. How are you doing, man?
Doing good. Ready to see what they can do on the back nine and see if they can keep the bleeding to a minimum.
Yeah, this course, the front nine definitely beating up a lot of the scores here, but the back nine doesn't get any easier.
No, it definitely does not. There's a couple holes that you could probably score some birdies on, but it still doesn't let you catch up on to knocking that score down.
Yeah, it opens up a little bit starting here with hole 10 if you want to walk us through that.
Yep. Hole 10, par 4, 584 feet. This is probably one of the first open ones where you'll see a full max driver be needed to reach just before these trees, and then you want to go through this gap straight up to the green. It's one of the first ones you'll see that has not a blocked green by a bunch of trees.
Yeah, and it's probably the flattest green on the course.
Yeah.
I mean, we have some of these greens that we've seen that have hazards on the green, OB directly behind, trees on there, and we're getting a really cool top-down view here as we see Henna rip on what I believe is a destroyer.
Yeah, trying to get that max distance.
And left. We saw some of our players in round one not get far enough left and really not having a gap at all as Henna makes a great correction there.
That is perfect. Should be right in line, I think, with that big open gap there.
Yeah, opening up that backhand is definitely where you want to be. You'll see flex forehands if you're a little bit pinched off, but at the same time, you can see people just laying up to that gap to try to make it through.
I believe that was a defender from Heidi. That gets a bad roll back. Holy smokes, stop.
That's about a 150-foot roll backwards.
That was crazy.
As we cut to Eveliina just annihilating a plastic circle here.
Yeah, that's another great drive.
Yeah, and that might be a better spot than Henna, just being a little bit shorter, giving you a chance to choose your gap, where if you're really pinched off on that left side, you only have one to choose from.
Yep.
A little bit low there from Jenni. Going to probably see her lay up to the gap, find the biggest spot she wants to land to set up to approach her par.
Being far back, you can't really see the basket or
where just your jump there to try to find out where it's at, You
really want to hit this line well.
Mm-hmm. Probably hit it with height and turning through that main gap there. Maybe a little too high.
Just a little bit. I think she was worried about the OB there.
Mm-hmm.
But she looks to be all right.
But making the best out of a good situation. I mean, that roll was, the farthest roll we've seen on coverage so far on this course. And Jenni going for the gap here.
She gets through. Yeah. That's a great drive.
Yeah, maybe a long look. And, from what we've seen the first two rounds, they're definitely going to be running these. We've seen throw-ins. We've seen putts from mid-circle 2, outside circle 2. So maybe we'll see a highlight there from Eskelinen.
You see Eveliina going for it. And had to miss that last tree. I was going right for the basket.
Yeah, her drive in perfect position there, being in the biggest gap. And as we said, Henna being a little bit too far left. If you, kind of the middle of the left, if you get really far left, there is that gap there on the far left side, but she's in kind of that in-between weird distance where she's going to have to throw a flex forehand, really just to throw and pray.
Yeah, and I think she missed her gap.
Did she find out of bounds there too?
I don't think so. I think it ended up short.
Yeah. Again, this course showing its teeth on these par 4s.
And hitting the small tree that she had to miss right in front of her. It's a tree.
That's a tiny little stick in the ground. It is funny sometimes when you think about like the actual probability
Of
like,
you
of a
hitting?
disc
Yeah.
hitting the tiniest thing.
Yep.
But it happens so much. Doesn't happen to you too often. You never hit trees, but
I wouldn't say that, but it's probably a little bit less than y'all.
yeah, on this course, I think I would hit more trees than I have cumulative in the last year.
Yeah. Yeah, she didn't go OB. The OB's on the other side of that.
Kind of an interesting approach here. Probably going to higher Anheuser. Sneaks through. Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that at all.
Would be for her par there, but definitely not the par she wanted after such a long drive.
No, definitely not. And Eveliina leaving that one a little short. I think she wanted more distance on that, but she'll be able to
she
make
should be
that
fine,
putt.
yeah. All right, let's see if Jenni can make good here for birdie.
Ooh.
Oh, sorry, that would be for par, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
She's hit one of those earlier in the round. Really cool putting style from her. I believe she's putting P2s, just that nose up glide and relying on that fade at the end of it. Just high there for Heidi.
No, I believe you were right. That was for birdie. For Jenni.
I don't know. Yeah, you're right. I guess you're right, then I was right.
Mm-hmm. So we're both right.
Yeah. Welcome to coverage and commentary here. We are always right. And Henna makes good for par as well.
I think the only bogey we're looking at is going to be Heidi.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunate trees that she hit.
Yeah, I mean, on double bogey there from that ridiculous rollback. And it really just taking her out of position from the get-go. Pretty standard stuff there on hole 10. Let's move to hole 11. This hole is anything but standard. Par 3, 361 feet. It's going to be a max distance driver, maybe bailing out left for the safety, or if you're really feeling it, you can go for it. But having the hazard inside the circle there just before the basket, OB behind with a drop zone that is not a forgiving drop zone whatsoever. Even from the drop zone, you can see that hazard come into play, or maybe a roll away. But we saw in round one, a lot of our players kind of find that safety on the left side.
I really like this hole. It transitions into a great hole from the one we were just on.
And Henna going for it here. Needs
Got to
to
sit. Yep.
Yeah.
It's a great drive.
See if Eveliina can match here.
Yeah, she's going full driver.
More overstable, though.
Leaks a little bit left, but she'll still have a look for
Yeah, circle's edge.
birdie.
Not an easy look, though. I mean,
No.
the basket being up on there, you could chain out and roll into the hazard with ease.
Or roll into the OB.
Mm-hmm. But you would go to the drop zone there as well. So we see Jenni Eskelinen using that big open left side, just playing for par.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that, though. I mean, it is 361 feet, so it's max distance for these ladies.
Yeah, and this course, time and time again,
It's a little bit
it
downhill.
combines, it is a touch, but it combines the max distance of the disc that you need to throw with touch, with placement.
Mm-hmm.
You never get a chance to relax.
No.
Other than the beautiful, quiet property here at Tali. Good bid there from Jenni.
If I'm Eveliina, I run this.
Yeah, I think so. She's definitely on the good side of the green. Ooh. Had a
Good
little bit of a
sit.
comebacker there.
Good
Great
putt.
birdie there from Heidi. Way to come back after the double bogey. Wow.
That's surprising.
I mean, after seeing Eveliina miss it and knowing she has it and putting the pressure on her a little bit, but not too long of a putt there. And with Henna's style of putt, she has that push putt up to down style. So it's interesting to not see her run that.
Maybe she just wasn't comfortable with it.
Yeah, I mean, the hazard, she is aiming back at the hazard. So if she misses at all, it's definitely going to find it with the spot she was on. But definitely surprising with the, I mean, this is moving day. We're halfway through, a little over halfway through round 2 here, so not a lot of golf there. But again, sticking to the game plan. If you're not feeling it, you're not feeling it.
Yeah. No reason to go for it when you're not feeling it.
Move on stress-free par there
Yep.
for Henna Blomroos.
Hole 12, par 3, 357 feet. This is another one where you can go with a big hyzer shot, trying to get up past where this dirt mound is, and then getting close to the green. It's unprotected, and I mean, you do have OB long, but you can see the ladies rip on a big hyzer shot with the max speed driver.
Yeah, maybe not trying to make the corner completely, but the mistake is definitely going to be this, just pushing a little bit too far right. Yeah. But even if you hit there is still an approach, and even throwing a straight shot, not trying to make the corner, because the distance that you need to get left after this, really the only way to attack it, I feel like, is to go all the way over the top. It looks like they're having a little bit of headwind too, maybe.
It's a 2-shot par 3, I think, for these ladies. Just because it's so uphill.
Unless you hit that line perfectly.
That is a bomb of a throw.
Yeah. Circle 2, but definitely the best drive we've seen so far. So we have Eveliina and Henna matching today with the black on black.
I think she's going for it too.
Maybe just a little bit more inside.
Yep. Needs to sit down. I'm pretty sure that is safe.
And Henna putting her distance out for everyone to see there on the card. This looks a little bit inside. Chance going out of bounds.
Ooh. Maybe.
Looks just over the line again. It's crazy. I mean, this course so far, there is OB everywhere, but it's pretty rare that we've seen our players go out of bounds by a lot. It's these very, very minimal things, which, I mean, shows that the out of bounds is in the exact place it should be.
See Heidi here with her upshot, just a little bit.
Hold it just a little bit, but stays in bounds, just inside the circle. After hitting a pretty good putt on the previous hole, definitely going to be able to run that for par.
Yeah. Just a jump putt from Jenni.
Yeah, and that's good speed control coming into the green there. Just taking advantage of when there's not 17 trees on the green.
Yeah. Making the par putt easy.
Henna with a little bit of space behind this, maybe giving a little bit of a run. Not even. Just
she held on to it a little too much in the hand.
Yeah, but even just the speed she was coming through that with, she's not jump putting. It's interesting. Maybe she's just not feeling comfortable with that weight shift from that distance of putt. Just low there from Heidi Laine. Bogey here for Jenni Eskelinen. Yeah, no pressure par here on hole 12 for both of our leaders here. And it's really starting to turn into a 2-horse race.
Yeah, it really has been.
I mean, they have 11 and 12 strokes on second place here, and I would assume we're going to see that continue here on hole 13, par 3, 417 feet. We saw some of our players go the other side of this fairway to try to get that max distance and hyzer flex, but the right side here is definitely the easier of the two. You're going to throw a full hyzer, but at 417 feet, probably similar result to last hole, just a little bit out of range here, but if you get that full flight on that left side, birdie's definitely in play.
For sure. I like how they give you the option to go both, and you don't have to just strictly go the hyzer route.
Yeah, the tee placement is really well done here on 13. And that's the play, just being a little bit inside so you're able to cut the corner earlier.
She's down there.
Yeah, mid-circle 2. But the way that she's been putting it, she doesn't even have really a look in her her body language that she wants to make a putt from outside the circle.
Yeah, and you can see Eveliina lining up the left side here.
Mm-hmm. Wanting that max distance turnover. A little low, though.
Yeah. It might be OB.
I'm not exactly sure how the OB plays in this hole. We've seen people land on that top right side, and it was still in bounds. So I don't know if it's maybe more of a from another hole. Maybe it doesn't play into this one as much. We obviously don't have the hole previews in front of us. We do find the out of bounds, so it is short right. You were correct there, as Heidi unfortunately finds it again. And low for Jenni as well.
I don't know how far that got, but
Heidi using the rules to her advantage there, coming all the way back from the out of bounds to try to give her a little bit of a better line, but still that tree in just such an unfortunate position for her. Jenni going to the putter here.
not bad. She'll have a look outside circle 1.
Seems Eveliina making a good correction there. Yeah, it's one of those interesting things. I mean, it kind of feels like when you play on a ball golf course, it's like all of a sudden you have no frame of reference of distance where the basket is. There's no trees around it. You have no wind read. And putting on these kinds of baskets is very difficult. So being able to put it close there, as Heidi does, and I would assume we're going to see Henna hopefully give this a run.
She's got
really
plenty of
close.
open space. Yeah.
Yeah. Jenni from Circle's Edge here. Maybe a little bit closer than that, but
A little
high
floater.
left, yeah. Salonen for par. Oh, maybe she did go out of bounds.
No, she had the throw there and then there.
Okay, you're right.
Back up.
You're right. My fault there. I guess we missed a shot. And Henna taps in the par, picking up another, extending her lead to 2.
Back to hole 14, par 3, 456 feet, full drive here. It's going to be needed, required, and it's going to be a 2-shot, I think, from these ladies. And now we're back to more guarded greens.
Yeah, and we saw Heidi absolutely smash a frisbee on this one.
Yes, we did.
In round 1, picking up the sole birdie.
And I think she's going to aim to do the same thing again with this destroyer.
Yeah, and this is a flat to maybe uphill just a little bit. As we see Henna reach for this destroyer, let's see how she can still navigate. Again, though, it's saying this is the disc you really need to throw, but it has to be a shot that doesn't have much left to right movement, as there is out of bounds on the left side again.
Yeah, leak it a little bit early, but nothing wrong with that.
See if Eveliina can get a little bit more turn on hers. But that middle tree there seems to catch a lot of discs. Maybe too much turn out of Eveliina.
I mean, She's close to the OB or on that side, but I think she'll have an open lane to the basket.
Yeah, we haven't really seen our players reach all the way over there yet. Great shot there from Jenni. Most open look into the basket for sure. Just a little bit early out of the hand, maybe needing that to turn.
Believe that's gone OB.
Ah,
Yes.
so unfortunate. It's hard to duplicate what she did yesterday. I mean, it was. I personally cannot throw the distance that she threw at 456 feet.
It was a great shot.
And being just outside the circle was phenomenal putt as well. So definitely a highlight of her tournament so far. So unfortunate to see her go out of bounds, but see if she can put it close here and minimize the bleeding. Just catching those guarded trees there.
That was a clump of trees.
Yeah. This hole really has it all. It's like throw your furthest shot, also throw a ridiculously touchy up shot.
Yep. And also, don't forget about the OB.
Yeah. Pretty much we described every hole so far.
Yeah.
So specific. I mean, I love it. The course design here is just so much more difficult. And this is only stop 1 of 4 here on the Prodigy Disc Pro Tour. I cannot wait to see the rest of these.
I think Eveliina had a low ceiling there, so she was just laying up.
Mm-hmm.
You can see most of these ladies lay up here. Get it close and finish out.
A little bit of a bid there.
That was a nice line
to
watch.
And seeing where she was from the other side of the camera as well. Definitely having to flex through. Just low there. Great effort there from Heidi Laine. Gonna have the bogey to tap in. And just low from circle's edge there for Jenni as well. Sorry, excuse me, double bogey because she did hit that clump of trees early. Man, the strokes come so fast on this course here.
They really do.
I mean, when you go out of bounds early,
if you're not careful, you're looking at
doubles,
triples. I mean,
so quickly. I mean, with the out of bounds being closer to the fairway, and then the green being guarded. It's
a really professional course.
Yeah, as we go into another hole lined of OB the entire left side, this par 3 at 354 feet on hole 15. You're going to see most of our players here go for a turnover backhand, but don't turn it too much because there is that barbarian gate there on the right side, just blocking all discs, all putts. But we will see players try to turn a little bit too early and find trees on the right side as well. But as long as you can not go out of bounds on the left side, turn your disc enough, you're going to be in a happy spot.
Hey, we did see players make it through that.
Yeah, yesterday, Henna
putt,
smashing it perfectly. She makes the error here, just a little bit too much turn. And you can see from that tee pad, it really is, it's a straight shot for so long, but it has to finish right. It takes a disc that you know incredibly well.
Yeah. You know that it's going to turn every time you throw it.
Oh, and Eveliina finding the out of bounds.
That's how quickly it can come.
Yeah. I mean, it's you really can't hit trees. Even on the quote-unquote open fairways, even if you hit a tree, that out of bounds is waiting for you very tight.
It's a great shot from Jenni.
Yeah, using the entire fairway, flexing it back. Really great shot there. She's already made a long putt on the front 9 for birdie. Let's see if she can continue that. Higher line here from Heidi. Getting caught up, though.
I believe that's safe.
Going to the patent pending here. Demanding turning shot. I'm surprised not to see her go for the forehand. That's the thing of beauty, though.
When you have that, I don't think you.
Yeah,
need
you don't need a forehand. It's true. Oh, my. I thought that had a chance there for a second.
It looked like it from that camera angle.
Yeah, these Anheuser angles that this card is showing is amazing. We'll see another here from Heidi. Such a touchy way to throw a disc.
It is. I love it. And see if Jenni can card the only birdie.
Yeah, just outside circle here.
She
Oh,
does.
yeah. Great putt there from Jenni Eskelinen. Great way to right the ship after a couple bogeys in a row there.
Yeah, and get one back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she can hope to continue with 3 holes left to play here at round 2. Continue that into the final round as well with those outside the circle putts. That's the difference makers here is some of these greens you really don't have a chance to get close, so you're needing that 25 to 45 foot putt.
Exactly. And that's what's going to make the difference, too, in you catching up or even keeping the lead for those putts.
Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine how far, at least 3 or 4 more strokes that Henna would have if she was hitting these outside the circle putts. I mean, she's still having a 2-stroke lead with 3 to play in round 2, but would be so much further on. And she's played clean so far. Only player on her card to go par. Let's go to hole 16.
Hole 16, par 3, 236 feet. Shortest hole on the course. We're going to look at players just throwing putter, mid-range, just landing up here next to the wood chips. Got that big pile of wood on the left side. Hopefully you don't leak that way. And then if you go too far, you're going to have an uphill putt, but nothing too dangerous.
Mm-hmm. We'll see a lot of our players go into a standstill here, maybe a minimized X step to control the speed, control the angle going into this green. It's such a short distance. Getting a great stump kick there.
That was a great kick.
All planned. She called it off the tee.
Yeah.
Shortest hole on the course. You got to have some fun with it. Play a little bit of horse. That'd be some great content to do. Just purposely hitting trees, trying to redirect disc golf street.
I think if you try to purposely hit trees, you won't hit trees.
I think you just broke the game of disc golf.
Yeah, maybe.
Just try to hit trees, and we're not good enough to hit the trees, so you actually miss them.
Yeah, your accuracy sucks, so you'll miss.
I think that's why I lose to Hayden every time we play. As we come back to the action here at Heidi, going a little bit more of a turnover, catching that last tree. Eveliina going to the standstill, it seems. I personally like the left side gap a little bit more, kind of just a slight turnover. It seems to hit the green a little bit softer.
Yeah.
And there you go.
Yeah. It's a great shot.
Yeah, getting the encouragement from the card mates. Heidi making a correction, maybe needing a little bit more of an overstable finish.
I think she's just laying up.
No, that was not a layup.
That was not a layup.
Maybe switching to a softer disc.
Yeah.
Looks to still be awarded, which I believe is what she's putting with. Yeah, and Henna, again, just not risking rolling down the hill, knowing that she's
got a 3-stroke lead.
Yeah.
Oh.
And Jenni almost ringing up 2 in a row. Just left.
I think this is textbook for Eveliina. Yep.
Cutting the lead back to 2 here on 16.
Everyone else will card their pars.
Pretty standard stuff here on 16. I mean, being a short hole, it's one you want to get. But again, with the difficulty on the green, those wood chips, just can't really ever trust them.
If you do standstill as well, it's more your release and timing is a little off. So you can either hold on to the disc or, release early.
Yeah.
It's a little bit different.
Moving into a hole where you're not throwing a standstill at any point. Hole 17, par 4, 640 feet. This hole brought some serious numbers to our card in round 1. Hoping to see some corrections here. The play really is just a big turnover, trying to get as far right as you can to open up the biggest gap onto this island green. And the difficulty being if you don't get far enough on your drive, you're going to have to lay up because that green and the attack that you can go through the gap there is so specific. You have to get so far down this fairway on the drive.
Yeah. Most of these ladies are going to lay up.
Yeah. A little bit of a cut roll there. Birdie pretty much out of the question.
I think we saw Henna yesterday get the furthest.
Yep.
And then go OB.
Yeah, catching
it's
in trees.
doable,
Yeah.
but you gotta get the distance, like you said, to have a shot to go at the green.
Yeah, I mean, it's demanding over a 450-foot shot to really have a chance at running this green.
Yeah.
And even then, you're still looking at a 200-foot upshot to an island green through a gap.
Yeah.
So I assume we're going to see Henna try to get as far down as she can, similar to yesterday, but maybe play a little bit slower, a little bit safer on this green to minimize the damage. That's great height. And that's perfect there from Blomroos.
Yeah. Right next to that green monster area.
Mm-hmm. Let's see if Heidi's distance can all come together here. Maybe a
it's
little bit too
holding.
overstable.
Kickback.
Oh, she finds the out of bounds. I mean, you can see how narrow this fairway is. Off the tee, it's a big turning shot, but once you get down here towards the middle of it, maybe at that 300-foot mark, it definitely gets smaller as Eveliina goes for a putter layup here to the edge. And that's a great spot. Opens up the backhand into the green.
Yeah. And you got more room on that right side.
And Jenni doing the same.
Ooh.
Oh. I don't have the stats in front of me. I don't know if there are stats on this, but I would assume this course picks up more OB strokes than most
sure
courses
it does.
on this tour.
We'll find out.
We will.
It needs to sit.
Yep, and she'll have pretty much a straight backhand at it. Definitely correcting from yesterday. But it's still not over. I mean, this island green is smaller than it seems, especially when you're coming down. It's such a great positioned hole in the lineup on this track. I mean, being hole 17, having to throw to an island green, and hole 18 doesn't let up either. Really like the design here. That's a great shot there from Jenni.
And I also like how they tuck the basket into the left, so it's blocked. So you're not just easy straight shot.
Yeah, and these limbs are so big on the left, you really have to go through the middle. And that's perfect from Eveliina.
Yeah. Just playing it for par.
Mm-hmm.
That's all they're trying to do. Reduce the bleeding.
Yeah, you'd imagine Henna definitely has yesterday's timing in her head. Great correction there. Definitely the scarier side of the basket to be as it can roll down, but knowing that she needs to hit that putt for par to keep it to a 2-stroke lead going to the final hole here in round 2. Just low.
Dang. Yeah, you can see the frustration.
Yeah, there just hasn't been a lot of confidence in her putts, which is rare. She's usually a really confident putter, has that push putt. With that style of putt, you can run a lot of putts from a lot of distances because it doesn't go far if it were to hit. But really not using that to her advantage today. Hoping to see her come out tomorrow with a little bit of a change of mindset, maybe spend some time on the practice basket tonight before they tee off. So we see Heidi tap in her bogey. And Eveliina to pick up a stroke on our leader. Yeah, par feels like birdie here at 640 feet.
Yeah.
How demanding both these shots are.
And even, I mean, honestly, a bogey would feel not too bad either.
Yeah. I mean, a bogey, even double bogey is not a terrible score here. Again, it plays way closer to 5 than it does 4. Moving into hole 18 here.
Yeah, hole 18, par 3, 371 feet, and like Mitch said, not letting you up at all. You got the OB all the way down the fairway, and I mean, on this shot, this is going to require the ladies to go for a big air shot, turn over, maybe land up a little short, and then play for the par or a good look at the birdie.
Yeah, even the layup here is very, very specific. It's a small area you have to land in, and we saw the wind really pick up here yesterday. Doesn't seem to be too much of a factor today. Eveliina definitely going for it here.
That turned over too quick.
Yep. Definitely quick and just needing so much height. Jenni with a slower disc in her hand here, probably playing the maybe straight shot to laying up. And even the layup here can leak a little bit long and find the out of bounds, but that's a good spot.
Yeah, she's not messing around.
Mm-mm. With the driver in the hand here. Definitely looking for it. Yeah, looks to be too much turn again. Finding a skip. Still out of bounds. Which is okay when you're at this point where Eveliina and Henna are so far ahead of the rest of the field. They are playing nearly a match play style game. So, but at the same time, you can kind of work off of each other in that way. It's a different type of disc golf, different type of competition.
Yeah. I feel like you also don't want to like give up on your game. Like you just want to do what you know you can do.
Yeah. As Heidi plays this hole for par, it's going to be a great way to finish out her round. Holding on a bit long there is Jenni finding the out of bounds.
She'll go back right there.
Yep, and she knows it. Putting that layup shot in a really good spot, splitting this into two, maybe 180, 190-foot shots, and we're going to see a couple of bogeys here. Maybe a highlight again to finish out round two.
I would love to
It would
see
be
it.
an incredible par save, but being on the raised basket, I doubt they're going to give it the height it needs.
Yeah, they're not messing around with it. Just
It's
laying
another
up
round.
close.
Another round of play. You don't want to go to bed tonight having the pressure, knowing,
You sure?
thinking about it. It's not over yet, though. Great
Good bogey,
bogey
though.
save. Yeah, it was a joy watching Jenni Eskelinen today. Some great putts, just that nose up, just consistent push. Picking up a couple slow-mos in the front nine. Definitely not the round that she wanted. The back nine, picking up one birdie, but finding a lot of bogeys as this course tends to do.
I wonder what the average actual score is.
On this course, I mean,
On this course.
it's a big difference here. I mean, you have some players going, +2, +3, and our leaders up to, I mean, high 20s. I would say.
Yeah.
I mean, it jumps so far. We've seen,
especially playing 3 rounds.
hmm
I wonder what
and we've
the
seen
average-
players here on the lead card shooting double digits.
Yeah. It can happen.
hmm
It is not
Without you
an
realizing
easy
too, I
course.
feel like, yeah, like you go out of bounds once or twice, then you realize I've gone out of bounds in the last 5 holes.
Yeah.
As we wrap up round 2 here, it is truly a 2-horse race. Henna Blomroos with a very clean back nine until those last 2 holes. Eveliina with a pretty similar round, only 1 stroke separating, I mean, these 2 top players in the world.
We'll see them again.
Yeah, kind of an expected thing coming into this, but definitely hoping to see some other players maybe make their mark here on the Prodigy Disc Pro Tour. Be sure to like and subscribe here at Gatekeeper Media. My name is Mitch Phillips, and joining me has been Hayden Riccard.
Yes, sir.
And we'll see you for round 3, front 9, real soon.